This video does have a disclaimer. It is intended for educational, informative, and entertainment purposes only. Some of the content herein contains suggestive themes. It is never my intent to disrespect any individual spoken about or watching my videos. Viewer discretion is advised. Hi friends, welcome to Angie Uploaded. Today I am uploading a story that was brought to my attention by one of my friends / viewers, and she wanted me to check it out. So I dove straight into the rabbit hole, and I'm about to take you with me. This case is about Melissa Lucio. It comes to us from Cameron County, Texas. Currently, Melissa is the only Hispanic woman to be sentenced to death row in the state of Texas. As of right now of filming this, she does have an execution date of April the 27th of 2022. So this year. Melissa has been charged with capital murder, and the murder was of her 2-year-old daughter, Mariah. So now I'm going to jump into the story, and follow me through to the end. Please give me your thoughts in the comment section below. I would love to hear what everybody's opinion is on this case. There are very differing opinions, and you'll see why. Okay, so Melissa was born in July of 1968. She did not have a good family background. It is stated that there was abuse in the household. So at 16, Melissa gets married. She's trying to escape what's going on in her house. She just wants out. But she kind of jumped from, one situation to another because her husband would do the same thing. He was an alcoholic, and he partook in selling and using of substances. So eventually, Melissa started partaking in the use of substances as well. She thought she couldn't leave. She felt stuck because she's still a minor at this point. And when a minor marries, what a tangle web we weave, right? So eventually, 5 children later, hubby says, I'm out. And he leaves her and the 5 children. So Melissa does the best she can. They would be seen walking around. They would go to places, shelters, where they had meals that were offered. And at one point, I think it stated that people saw them sleeping near a park around the elementary school. Now, she tried to keep a roof over their head, and CPS had been involved. At one time, there was no running water for a month. So they were flushing the toilets with buckets of water. So we're going to fast forward a little bit. In 2004, Mariah is born. September of 2004. And she is Melissa's 12th child now. Mariah has to go and stay with a foster family. She's eventually she gets to come back to the house. She's with the family for 88 days. And on February the 15th of 2007, the family was moving. And there was a flight of stairs that come from the door. So it went down and they were outside. Mariah fell down these stairs. And there were several stairs to fall down. They looked at Mariah. They said that she seemed okay. And then 2 days later, her brother is holding her and says that she seemed really tired, right? So he kissed her forehead and laid her down. Mariah never woke back up. Police, emergency responders were called, and the doctor at the ER said that there were so many bruises on this baby that were in different states of healing. Even one of her arms had been broken. And this had to be 2 to 7 weeks prior to this accident of the stairs. Said it was the absolute worst case of child abuse that they had ever seen in their 30 years of practicing medicine.
There were bruises on the face, in the hair, on the chest. This was the worst case of child abuse I had ever seen.
So Melissa's got some explaining to do, right? They bring her in for questioning, which had to be around 10 p.m. because they said it was about a 5-hour interrogation, and she left at 3 a.m. the following morning. Or they were, finished with her. In the interrogation, she was not offered food. She was not offered water. It's a little iffy whether she was offered a restroom break. And plus her daughter had just passed away. So there are a lot of variables going on. And then with the line of questioning in this interrogation, so Melissa eventually says, I did it. The results came back. And Mariah had bruised lung, bruised kidneys, bruised spinal cord. Hair patches were pulled out and said that they were pulled out by the roots. Also say that she had bite marks on her back. And blood had actually pooled in a portion of the brain. And that was the actual cause. It's blunt force trauma, but it was the blood pooling in the brain. And she had pinch marks in her vaginal area. It's nowhere to be found that there was any abuse in that area going on. And even if you watch the HULU documentary, which I'm going to link below, I suggest they've done a documentary. It's called The State of Texas versus Melissa. And the woman, Sabrina, who produced this movie, or documentary, she believes in Melissa's innocence. Doesn't believe that she had a fair defense, and she is trying to get the word out to have Melissa taken off of death row at the least, right? So I never saw in the documentary or anything about the vaginal pinching, but I did read it in the report. So Melissa has a defense attorney, Peter Gilman. They're saying that he done a real shoddy job on the defense. There were 2 experts that should have been called that he never called. And also, Alexandra, which is one of Melissa's other daughters, had told Peter that it may have been her fault that Mariah fell down the stairs. He tells Alexandra not to tell anyone else, right? So he's defending Melissa, but telling Alexandra, who had just said, it may have been my fault, not to tell anyone. So I can kind of see where the defense is lacking here. Now keep in mind, this same defense attorney is now working for the same district attorney's office now, right? It was election year. Armando Villalobos was the district attorney. And he was going after Melissa with everything he had. He needed that conviction. He wanted that conviction, and he got it. Now, fast forward to 2014. Armando has been sentenced to 13 years in prison. He was charged with bribery and extortion, as he's taken over $100,000 pocketed money for favorable outcomes in criminal trials. So this case has got a lot of political aspects to it. I can totally get behind that. I can totally get behind her not having an adequate defense. I can get behind taking her off of death row. Here's my issue. Even if she did not push Mariah down the stairs, all of the children said she fell down the stairs. So we believe, yes, there was a stair fall. The bruises to me in the different stages of healing, the pinch marks, the bite marks, the broken arm that had been broken 2 to 7 weeks prior to the stair falling accident. And it was also noted that Alexandra did not have a bond with Mariah. She didn't like Mariah. They had different fathers, and then, like I said, Mariah had been in a foster home. She had only been with the family for 88 days. So if Melissa didn't do it, let's say, was it Alex that did it? Somebody was abusing this baby. And if it wasn't Melissa, she knew about it. Now, is she covering for Melissa? If you watch this documentary, it will lead you to believe that. And I think I'm kind of there. But she knew about it. this abuse cannot go on with that many people in a household and the mama doesn't know. Now, granted, it is said that the mama was on substances. It said that she didn't do her substances around the children, that she would go into the bathroom but come on, okay. So now I'm going to get into the appeal process. Melissa has gone through her appeals processes. And the Fifth Circuit Court actually listened and they agreed that Melissa did not have a meaningful defense, right? So, however, they said that due to the strict limitations that the federal court has, that they are unable to offer her relief. So basically, it's like, okay, we agree with you, but we can't do anything about it. So she remains on death row with an execution date of April the 27th of 22 this year. That's where we are at the time I'm filming this video. There's a petition going around that is trying to at least get her off of death row, possibly a new trial to where these two experts can testify, and possibly Alexandra getting to tell what she tried to tell Peter Gilman, the original defense attorney. So I will link it below, and if you feel inclined to sign it, it will be there. I do want to know what your thoughts are on this case, because here is where I'm at. Like I said earlier, Melissa may not have pushed Mariah down the stairs or abused Mariah. She may be covering, but let me tell you, those bruises in the different stages of healing and that broken arm, that happened 2 to 7 weeks prior to the stair incident, that baby was being abused. And Melissa knew about it. If it wasn't her, she knew about it. Does this leave reasonable doubt for murder? I think it does. But I think that she is guilty of something here. Do I believe that she needs to remain on death row? No, I don't. Do I believe that she deserves another trial? Possibly. Do I believe that she needs to be out of prison, time served? No. But that is just my opinion. I did my research and that's where I'm at. I would love to hear yours in the comment section below. I want to thank my viewer, my friend, for turning me on to this case. And if you have a case that you would like me to look into, comment below, or you can reach me on Instagram. I'll have that link below as well. I want to thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you will hit the like button. It does help push YouTube videos out there so other people can view them. And hitting that subscribe button does not cost a thing. It helps as well, especially when you're trying to build a channel. And so I will be uploading a new true crime video every week. There may be times where I do 2, but at least 1 a week. So again, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this. If you made it this far, I want you to comment below, "Hey Angie, I made it." And I hope you all have an amazing evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is. I hope you're taking time for yourself, you're getting adequate rest, and love yourself. Self-love is most important. But again, my name is Angie, and I have just uploaded.